Okay, so quick question for you. When you think about, like, the most iconic but completely doomed couples in fiction, who comes to mind?
Oh, wow. You mean like Ross and Rachel? Or maybe Carrie and Big from Sex and the City?
Totally in that zone. But I'm thinking darker. I'm thinking about a relationship that is so famous, people get tattoos of it, but if you actually look at it, it's just a complete disaster.
Ah, I think I know where you're going. We're heading to Gotham City.
We're heading to Gotham, the Bat and the Cat.
Batman and Catwoman.
Exactly. It's this classic thing, right? He's the dark, brooding hero. She's the fun, chaotic thief. They chase each other over rooftops. There's all this tension. But why does it never, ever actually work out?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. And I mean, my default answer was always just, oh, it's comic book logic. You can't have Batman settle down. The story has to keep going. It just feels like a lazy plot device.
See, I used to think the exact same thing. But we're looking at this article today by Ryan Collison, Bruce and Selina, the only one he almost lets in, and it completely changed my view.
Oh, really? How so?
Collison argues this isn't lazy writing at all. It's actually a really shockingly accurate psychological portrait.
A psychological portrait. I'm a little skeptical. Are we really gonna put a guy who dresses up as a bat on the therapist's couch?
We are.
Oh.
And the source is very specific. It argues that Bruce Wayne isn't just, a loner. He's a textbook case of avoidant attachment.
Avoidant attachment. Okay. So, this deep dive is basically going to tell me my childhood hero just has commitment issues.
It's a little worse than that. We're going to see that the whole cool lone wolf thing isn't a choice. It's a trauma response. This is a tragedy about mental health, just with more capes.
All right, I'm hooked. Let's do it. So the article kicks off by looking at the people in Bruce's life. Because he's not totally alone, right? He has Alfred the Robins.
He does. But the source makes a really sharp point here. Who are those relationships actually with? Let's take his villains. Joker, Bane. Do they care at all about Bruce Wayne?
No, not at all. To them, Bruce Wayne is just this, boring, useless disguise. They're obsessed with the bat.
Exactly. The symbol, the challenge, they don't see the man at all.
Yeah.
But then, okay, look at someone closer. Look at Alfred.
Whoa, careful. Alfred's the best. He's the dad.
He's a father figure, absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's be objective. What does Alfred actually do? He stitches up the wounds. He preps the gear. He provides the alibi.
It's him?
He enables the mission. He loves Bruce, but he serves Batman.
Yeah.
He never really says, Bruce, this is killing you. You need to stop. He says, your suit is ready, sir.
That's kind of dark. So everyone in his life is basically reinforcing the Batman mask?
Everyone. Except for one person.
Selina Kyle.
Selina Kyle. The anomaly? She's the only one who looks at the bat and the billionaire and sees just a guy. She knows the Playboy thing is an act, but she also knows the scary bat voice is, an act too, a coping mechanism.
She doesn't fall for either performance.
Right. She's talking to the person underneath. The article says she loves the integrated person that doesn't quite exist yet.
Oof. Doesn't quite exist yet. That's it right there, isn't it? She's in love with his potential. The man he could be if he ever dealt with his stuff.
Precisely. And that, to him, makes her the most dangerous person on Earth.
More dangerous than the Joker.
Emotionally. 100%. Because the Joker just wants to break Batman. Selina wants to know Bruce.
Yeah.
And for him, being truly known is terrifying.
Okay, this brings us to that brilliant metaphor in the article, the rooftops versus the daylight. Because almost every single one of their famous moments happens on a rainy rooftop.
And that's by design. The rooftop is the perfect place for an avoidant person. It's dark, they're in costumes, it's a literal game.
It's a chase. It's almost intimate, but with zero stakes.
Zero stakes. They can flirt, they can fight, they can have this incredibly intense kiss, and then, whoosh, grapple gun away, gone. No warning after, no awkward, so what are we conversation.
It's all excitement, no commitment.
The source compares it to living in a hotel. All the fun of being somewhere new, none of the messy reality of actually staying.
So what's the opposite of that? The daylight scenario.
Just picture it. No masks, no rain, just Bruce and Selina in a bright, sunny brunch spot.
Okay, it feels so wrong. What would they even talk about?
That's it. That's the whole point. Without the costumes and the adrenaline, Bruce has to just be a person. He has to be vulnerable. The rooftops let them play it instantly, but the daylight demands the real thing.
And that's what sends him running.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the diagnosis itself, the avoidant attachment. The article breaks it down into this really clear three-stage cycle that Bruce repeats over and over.
Okay, lay it on me. Stage one.
Stage one is pursuit. But here's the catch. He only pursues her when she's unavailable.
Ah, the classic. I only want it because I can't have it.
Pretty much. When Selena's focused on a job or she's pushing him away, that's when Bruce becomes this big romantic. He chases her, he gives speeches about the good he sees in her.
Because there's distance. It's safe.
It's totally safe. As long as she's running, he can feel all the feelings without any of the risk.
So what happens when she stops running? Stage 2.
Stage 2 is withdrawal. The second she turns around and says, "Okay, Bruce, you're right. I love you. Let's do this."
Panic attack.
Full-blown panic. The gap is closed, so his brain screams at him to create distance again. That's when you get all the excuses. The mission comes first. It's too dangerous for you. I am darkness, all that stuff.
All the classic Batman lines.
Exactly. And that leads to stage 3. Sabotage. He will find a way to blow it up right before it gets real, right before it can become permanent.
Okay, but is this really a condition? Or is he just kind of being a jerk? Because that's a pretty cruel cycle to put someone through.
It feels incredibly cruel, and for Selina, it is. But the why is what matters. We have to look at the neuroscience. An avoidant person isn't a robot. They want love just like anyone else.
But they can't handle it.
Their nervous system is basically frozen in time. For Bruce, it's wired to the moment he lost his parents. His brain learned a very simple, brutal lesson. Intimacy and love lead to unbearable pain and loss.
So when he gets close to Selina,
His lizard brain takes over. It's not a thought. It's a physiological reaction. His heart rate spikes. Cortisol floods his system. It's a genuine fight-or-flight response.
so getting close to her literally feels like he's about to die.
Yes, the article uses a great analogy. It's like a stray cat. It comes to your door, it's hungry, it wants affection.
Yeah.
But the second you reach out to pet it, it hisses and bolts.
It wants the food, but it's terrified of the touch.
That's Bruce Wayne. He pushes Selina away not because he stopped loving her, but because his body is screaming that loving her will get him destroyed all over again.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk evidence. The source points to a couple of huge moments in the comics.
It does. The big one for a long time was the Hush storyline.
Oh yeah, the art in that is incredible.
Unbelievable art. And in that story, for a brief shining moment, they're a real couple. He unmasks for her. He brings her into the Batcave. He tells her he loves her.
It's the almost, the what could be.
It is. They're amazing together. They're happy. And then right at the end, the villain plants the tiniest seed of doubt in Bruce's mind. And that's all it takes. He shuts her out completely. He takes the easy out.
He finds an excuse to run.
And then, more recently, you have the Tom King run, the wedding.
The wedding, that wasn't... I remember fans were so upset about that.
We're devastated. I mean,
Yeah.
we spent 50 issues building to this.
Mhm.
He proposes. She says yes. Everything is set. And then it collapses.
Why? What was the reason that time?
The reason he tells himself, and that others tell him, is that a happy Batman can't exist. That his pain is his power. If he's happy, if he's married, will he still be angry enough to be Batman?
He thinks happiness will make him weak.
He thinks happiness will make him vulnerable. Because in his mind, permanence means being left. He can't survive losing someone he loves that much again, so he makes sure he never truly has her in the first place.
This leads to the part of the article that just... it floored me. The idea that him choosing the mission isn't a noble sacrifice.
It completely flips the script on his heroism, doesn't it?
Yeah. It says he doesn't choose the mission because he's a hero. He chooses it because it's safer than being with Selina.
Just let that sink in. Getting shot at, fighting monsters, jumping off skyscrapers is emotionally less scary than going on a date.
How is that even possible? How is fighting the Joker safe?
Because the mission is predictable. It's an endless war he can never win. There will always be another criminal. The mission will never wake up one day and say, "I don't love you anymore."
The mission can't abandon him.
Bingo. People can leave you. People die.
Yeah.
But crime is eternal. It gives him purpose without the risk of heartbreak.
So Batman isn't a symbol of justice. It's
Yeah.
the ultimate hiding place.
It's the world's most elaborate avoidance strategy. He can wrap himself in armor and tell himself he's a martyr for Gotham. But what he's really doing is protecting himself from ever having to be truly vulnerable with another person.
And Selina is asking for that vulnerability.
She's asking for that daylight relationship. She's asking him to care more about a person, a fragile thing that can be lost, than an idea. And to him, that feels like suicide.
Man, it really does take away the cool factor. He's not this dark Avenger. He's just a deeply terrified man.
The terrified little boy who built a fortress around his heart so thick that no one can get in. Not even the one person who knows the combination.
Which is the tragedy of Selina Kyle, because she never gives up.
She doesn't, and that's because, as the source says, she's the one person who could have actually saved him.
Saved him. He's the one who does the saving.
He saves Gotham. She could have saved Bruce. She's the only partner who could hold both halves of him at once and not be scared of the mess.
But he refuses to be saved.
He gets right to the edge of it, the proposal, the unmasking, and then finds the escape hatch. The article has this killer line. Avoidants don't reject love because they don't want it. They reject it because they want it too much.
And wanting something that much gives it power over you.
Exactly. So Selina waits. She hangs around on the rooftops, keeping the almost alive, hoping one day he'll finally stop running.
Is that healthy for her?
Well, that's the final provocative question, isn't it? Is Selina a romantic hero for waiting for him? Or is she just caught in the same cycle of dysfunction?
Yeah, that's the hard part. Because we're taught to think it's romantic to wait for someone to change. But can you really be in love with someone's potential?
Or are you just in love with an idea of them that will never exist? Selina's waiting for the daylight Bruce, but he's biologically wired to live on the rooftop. He can't come down.
And by waiting up there with him, she's kind of enabling it.
In a way, yeah. She's participating in the game that prevents him from ever having to truly heal.
Wow, okay. I thought we were just going to talk about comic books, and now I feel like I need to take a long walk and think about my life.
But that's why the character has lasted for almost a century. You know?
Yeah.
It feels true. We all do this to some extent.
We do.
Sure. Maybe not with a cape, but think about how many of us choose work over relationships. I'm just too busy. I have to focus on my career right now.
Using the mission as an excuse.
Exactly. Your career is predictable. You put in the hours, you get a result. Love is messy and terrifying and has no guarantees. So we retreat to the safety of our inbox instead of the vulnerability of intimacy.
So Bruce Wayne is just the ultimate workaholic.
He's the patron saint of being married to your job.
Well, on that note, I think we've explored the depths of the Batcave.
I think so.
It really changes how you see him. You're not watching a superhero, you're watching a man doing everything in his power to avoid a real conversation.
The world's greatest detective, and he can't figure out his own heart.
Cheesy, but true. All right, that's it for this deep dive. Thank you again to Ryan Collison for the article that inspired it. It's a fantastic read.
Definitely check it out.
And to all of you listening, thanks for joining us. Here's a final thought to chew on. Are you living your life in the daylight? Or are you spending most of your time on the rooftop because it feels safer up there? Something to think about.
Don't let the mask become your face.
And I'll see you next time.